the banning of fun, you just moved from Tennessee to New York?
That's right. I moved to New York last November, so I had been there less than 6 months when COVID hit.
Nice.
It was an
Nice.
experience.
And now it's a ghost town.
Oh gosh, I got out in May. I was in a studio apartment in Chelsea and stuck it out for March and April, and then I thought I'm going to lose my mind. So I went back to South Carolina where my family is, and it got even worse. You know, you've had all the rioting and looting and protest, and the leadership there is just, I knew they were bad. I knew they were bad going there. But good Lord, I mean, if you wanted to get people killed, I don't know that you would do anything differently than what Andrew Cuomo did. And the mayor there is just, I don't even know what he's doing. So I don't think New York is coming back anytime soon. I think they're in for a pretty sad economic couple of years. There's a lot of predictions around what's going to happen with New York as far as people leaving, the tax base fleeing, and what that's going to do to the city. Businesses recognizing they don't need to pay the real estate costs to be in Manhattan. So I think it'll be interesting to see, but I don't think I'll be there for it.
Yeah,
I'll watch from afar.
I just read a very compelling piece, and I wish I remembered the author's name, but he basically argued that New York is dead. Like, this is it. This is it, and it's a perfect storm of all of these things that the business community has realized that they don't actually need to force everybody to haul their butts downtown New York in a huge expense and all that stuff. They've killed so many restaurants with the lockdowns that it's hard to imagine them coming back, particularly if businesses stop sort of being that feeder of customers. Broadway is dead. The music industry is dead, and you could say this almost about any major city, right, particularly because they all seem to have the same mayor.
That's right.
The same authoritarian that doesn't seem to care, and I think it's worse than not caring. I think this is a cynical attempt at it's a power grab, and whatever they're doing today. In terms of telling you where you can go and when you can go and that you have to wear a mask or not wear a mask. They're training us for a process by which they're going to just tell us in very minute detail how to live our lives.
I think that's right. There's definitely an end game there. They're not just incompetent. They are incompetent, but there's more to it than that. It's
more dangerous than incompetent.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And it has surprised me how quickly people have fallen in line, which I think, knowing what I know about history and knowing what I know about human nature, it shouldn't have surprised me. But I just thought the American spirit was a little...
Yeah, we
more
thought
rebellious.
We were more ornery than that.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And, New York City didn't surprise me. I was one of the only people the 2 months I stayed through COVID that was still, going for a walk around the park, just getting out of my place. I knew people that legitimately did not leave their studio apartments for 30, 40 plus days in a row, which is just, you can't do that. That's not healthy. But when I left and went back to South Carolina, I'm back in red state territory. South Carolina actually never really shut down. They suggested a couple things, and, it's a very anti-government type state in some ways. And even there, while things are open, when I'm going out and about, there's no one else about. I'm the only person in my yoga class. I'm one of 2 people at a restaurant. It's interesting how much people have just fallen in line for this. And really, the fear factor is so controlling. And, Democrats are already getting a lot that they want from this. If you look at the things they've been able to push for, if you look at how this is helping to rally people to their cause, you force people out of work, it's going to be easier to push for UBI. You push people out of work, it's going to be easier to push for, universal health care. And so on and on and on we go, where I think they have every incentive in the world to keep things shut down, not to mention the economic devastation that does and how that might impact the election.